Alright guys, welcome back for another day. Today's project on the Dodge is going to be the fuel tank. As you can see, the locking ring is going to come off. I bought a new fuel pump for it. As you can see, these here are broken. That was my mistake. So we're going to swap the fuel pump out and hopefully get the new lines. The lines are broken too on the inside, so let's see if I can get those out too. But let me show you what I got from Rock Auto. Alright, so this is what I got in from Rock Auto. It's a new fuel pump. It's for an 8-foot bed truck with a 35-gallon tank in it, which I have. And then I got these two items here. One's a tool to help remove the locking ring of the tank, and the other one's just I'm not sure if these are going to work or not, but to disconnect the fuel lines from the broken off fuel lines anyway. So we'll see if it works. So let me get it out and start going. Alright, so I got this contraption that I bought. Hopefully it works, but I'm gonna blow all this rust off. It's got really heavy scaly rust on it, which I probably should have blew off months ago, but we'll do that now. Alright, oh, it's really rusted on there, so hopefully a couple taps on it. I might like shock it loose a little bit, you know, so let's just blow it off again. Alright, let's try this thing out. So it looks like it just fits in those rings there, I guess. I mean, there's little cutouts in there. Let's see if it's going to work or not. I don't know. It doesn't quite fit on that one. It doesn't quite fit on that one. Kind of fits on that one there. I got a breaker bar on it, so that's how we're going to try it. I don't have any faith of it coming off, but we'll see. Not that way. Let's try this again. This way here. I don't know about this thing. It's locked in, but there's so much rust on it. There's not a lot of room for this thing to really catch on anything. Let's try this again. That thing is on there, that's for sure. If this doesn't work, I'm just gonna get a hammer and a chisel and just try to chisel it out. It's about the only thing that might work, but we'll try a couple more spots with this thing here just to see if it will do anything. It's not looking too good. But the only spot it's gonna fit is in there. The only spot it's going to go. Well, let's try it again. Let me see if I can find a hammer or chisel. Maybe we could just chisel it out. Let's try this chisel and see if this works. This, I don't think it's going to work. It's just too rotted, I think. So go to plan B. I don't think it's even moving yet. Try it some more. Sorry about that. Shut that off for a minute. I never thought this would be that hard to get off. I guess I'm wrong. It's just locked in there. It can't be that hard to get out. I don't know. Keep on going, I guess. Let me just keep on going just for a while and see if I can get it off. Alright, took a little while to get it off, but it finally broke loose. But man, I'm kind of wondering about this thing here now in my fuel tank. It's so rotted. But it came off. I got a lot of junk around the tank. I don't want to really spill anything in there. Now, if I can get this thing out of here, it'll be all right. Now, one thing that's another, but how the heck does this thing come out? It has to come out this way. I mean, it's the way it went in. It has to come out. You would think it would come out that way, right? I mean, come on. Can't be that hard to get this thing out. Give me a couple more minutes and I'll see if I can get it out. Alright, well it's out. Just took a little bit of a little screwdriver to poke around the sides to get it out. But I gotta get a vacuum now and vacuum up all this rust. I really don't want it going into the tank. Man, all that just because I broke these things off. All that aggravation. But let's see if we can match it up to the new one and see how this float goes on, because it looks a little bit different on the other one. Let's go check these out. All right, so here's the two fuel pumps here. Yeah, pretty much the same thing, I guess. So I just wasn't sure how this float goes on here, but I see it on here that it actually, there's some, you can see it here. This thing here, it slides down these tracks. You can see them right here. So I'm pretty sure it just goes in on those tracks somehow. It has to go that way, so sorry, it has to go that way, so it has to slide, somehow slide into it, but it has to go, yeah, okay, that'll work. All right, next day here. So I'm gonna get ready to vacuum up all this junk here. I started taking off by hand, but yeah, I had to bring a vacuum in to really do it the right way. The fuel tank's actually pretty clean down there. There's some junk in there, but nothing to really worry about. So let me get my vacuum out and we'll start getting that all vacuumed and cleaned up. And I finally got my clips off my fuel lines. All that stuff I bought for the clip release tools and all that, waste of money. This cheap little Harbor Freight pick, it's all you need. That's all you need to do it. So let me get my vacuum hooked up and we'll clean this up and we'll get that new fuel pump put in. All right, so it's the next day here. I got the fuel tank all cleaned up, got all the rust out of there the best I can, and vacuumed it out. Not the inside of the tank, but I vacuumed out all the crap and rust that was on there. So that's gone. It is actually in pretty good shape still, even though it looks bad, but it's actually in pretty decent shape. So, you know, here's the two pumps. I just got the old one on the left just for a reference in case you need anything. But we'll drop that in now and should get going on that pretty good. And let's see, the other thing here is my fuel clips. I finally got those off the fuel lines. They were broken on there. And all those stupid tools I bought to help disconnect fuel lines never worked. But this Harbor Freight pick for about $1 or $2, you get two of them. They work just fine. Took about less than a minute to get them out. So I would recommend using a pick if you need it. These come in really handy for a lot of different things actually. So that was a pretty good purchase, I guess, and it worked out good. So let me get this fuel pump ready to get put in the tank, and we'll go from there. All right, so I'm assuming that it comes out the same way. It goes in the same way as it came out. So we're gonna put the float in first. I've got the crazies out there, the motorcycles already. So that's just gonna go in just like that. As far as I know, what I've seen online, they just go in like that. And I know they stand up a little bit, so you gotta push it down. Push it down like that, and then get your locking ring while you keep pushing that down. Let's see here. Alright, so that's like that. And that's it. I'm just going to tap it over a little bit, and that's basically it. You know, it's a new ring and a very clean seal, so it went on really easy. Now, if I had to put this on, it'd probably be a little bit harder. So it went on super easy. So let me just get my little hammer and chisel, just hammer it just a little bit and tighten up, and that's good. Move on to putting the lines on. Alright, so just a couple little taps because it's basically in there already, so. That's it. Seems loose though, you know? Seems loose, but it's on. Oh, you know what? I forgot the gasket. Let's take this bag out. That's why it's loose. Yep. Forgot the gasket for it. I knew I forgot something. Alright, I gotta take all this back out. Now it's gonna be full of water, full of fuel. That's all right. We'll figure that out. That looks better, huh? Yep. Now it should be definitely tighter than that. A lot tighter now. Okay. Yeah, definitely a lot better. Now we can tighten it up and it'll be nice and tight. Don't want to lose too much of my stuff here. Gotta find out where that went. Almost there. Dropping everything today. Oh, yay. Just what I don't want all over the place is fuel. All over a nice painted frame. Alright, well, we'll clean that up in a minute. Let's finish this up first. Alright, that's good. Let me clean up that mess. I'll be right back. Alright, so what I gotta do now, unfortunately, I have to drop the tank back down. Maybe not all the way, just partially, because the fuel lines go back here, on the side of the tank. Not under, but on the side. They go into there and then go through here, then eventually they'll pop up here and go into the tank. So that kind of stinks. Let me get the fuel tank loosened up and see if I can drop it down a little bit and get these lines in. Alright, so I've got the lines back on it now. I had to drop the fuel tank down. The back was low down. I didn't take off the threads, but the front I took the whole piece off it and dropped the tank down to the floor almost. Just enough to get all the lines put in. You see it all back here. That's a brake line. Fuel line comes around over here, up over here, goes into a little block there, another block there, up to the top here, and then another one on the frame here, and then these should just clip right back in. I'm just going to clean them up a little bit before I do that. So let me get back to the tank part and get our clips in and see if these things click right in like they should. All right, so as far as I know, these go on the fuel pump first. So I'm going to put the blue one on how I think it goes on. Yeah, it clips on like that. And then this should just clip right over it. Okay, yeah, that's all it is, I guess. So that's easy enough to put on. Let's see if we can get this one here on the same way. Put that one over there. That clips on like that. And that can go on here. Just turn that so it matches up. Yeah, that's it. And then just our plug in the center, which should go right in. So that's all set. Take this thing off, piece of tape off of here. All right, so I think this looks pretty good. Yeah, it looks all right. Now let's go up to the front and see if we can get those in. Are you fucking kidding me? This thing went like this. All right, so these should go in just as easy as the first ones. Yeah, that's in right there. And this one here should go right back in here. That one there keeps coming out. I wonder if this thing here is no good, maybe. But it should go right up in there, just like the other one. Let's try that again. This doesn't look right up here, so I might have to get a new one of those because it doesn't want to stay for some reason. Looks like it's all on right. Let's try to turn this a little bit. There we go. No, I heard a click, but this doesn't look right here. It looks a little bit off. Let's try it again. All right, well, that's not really the way it should be. I think I have to get a new clip on here, so. But for now, let's just call that done for now. But not really done because I do have to get another clip. So, that's it for that. All right, so for this one here, I actually went down to my Napa store and I found these fuel line retainer clips, or 3/8. It says for Chrysler, GM, so they look the same. The blue one's the original. So I'm gonna try that and see if it fits, and maybe that will solve my problem from them not connecting. That's in all the way. Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah, so I think that's in. It looks like, I didn't hear a click or anything, but it looks like it's above that rim right there. So I think we're good. Let's try this one. Oh yeah, perfect. Yep. So yeah, that's it. That clicked right in really nice. So we're good with that. So yeah, this thing did work. First thing that actually worked around here. So good. The fuel lines are all in, and yeah, I think we're doing pretty good on this right now. So fuel lines are in, and the last thing I got to do is just go around the whole truck and torque down everything, which is my last thing to do. A few odds and ends, parking brake cable, that's not a big deal, but everything else looks like it's in the right spot. All right, so after that, I'll show you what the next project is. All right, so the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this cab and just strip it out all the way. I'm gonna take the glass out. I already took the carpet out, carpet was shot, headliner is gone, it was all junk. But it's a really solid cab, came out of Louisiana. So it's a nice cab. Just unfortunately, the whole dashboard's got to come out. Everything's going to come out. Wiring, and you name it, it's all coming out. I'm going to swap everything over from the old Dodge. So I'm going to swap everything. Everything's got to be swapped over from the radiators to everything. You know, everything in there. So that's going to be the next part of my project in the video. So appreciate you guys hanging around, and I'll see you guys on the next one, and we'll start working on the cab. Thanks for watching.